Welcome to this explainer. So picture this for a second. You're running late, you just got an urgent email that needs fixing right now, or maybe you're just sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic. Suddenly, your heart starts racing, your chest gets super tight, and your mind just kicks into total overdrive. We have all been there, right? It's that all too familiar, incredibly uncomfortable surge of stress that just takes over your body in a matter of seconds. But what if I told you that you actually have a biological reset button built directly into your nervous system? Honestly, it is completely normal to feel this way. Modern life is absolutely packed with triggers. Beeping phones, endless deadlines, chaotic news cycles, and they're constantly tricking our brains into thinking we're in literal physical danger. We just get stuck in this endless fight or flight loop. But today, I'm making a promise to you. By the end of this explainer, you are going to have 3 incredibly simple, totally science-backed exercises that act as a manual override to stop this stress response right in its tracks. And the best part? They all take under 2 minutes to do. To understand how we're going to do this, let's take a quick look at the 2 main branches of our autonomic nervous system. On one side, we have the sympathetic nervous system. Think of this as your body's gas pedal. It pushes you into that anxious fight or flight state to help you survive danger. On the exact opposite side is the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your brake pedal. It activates the rest and digest state where you feel grounded, safe, and calm. Our main goal today is to learn how to consciously step off that gas pedal and firmly press the brakes. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll cover your internal reset button, eye movements, vocal vibrations, the physiological sigh, and finally, how to build a calm routine. Section 1. Your internal reset button, the science of calm. Before we jump into the physical exercises, I want you to meet the biological magic weapon that makes this instant relaxation possible, the vagus nerve. Fun fact, the word vagus actually comes from the Latin word for wandering, which is basically the perfect name for it. It's the longest cranial nerve in your body. It starts right at the base of your brainstem, wanders all the way down through your neck, goes into your chest to connect with your heart and lungs, and finally branches deep into your gut. It's essentially a massive biological information superhighway, and its primary job? To act as that built-in brake pedal we just talked about, letting your organs know that it's safe to slow things down. And that brings us to this really important concept of vagal tone. You can think of vagal tone as basically the fitness level of your nervous system. Someone with high vagal tone can go through a stressful event, process it, and pretty quickly bounce right back to a state of calm. But someone with low vagal tone, they might stay anxious and agitated for hours or even days after the exact same event. So the crucial point here is that just like lifting weights builds your muscle tone, we can actively stimulate this nerve to strengthen our vagal tone and vastly improve our emotional regulation over time. Section 2, Exercise 1, Eye Movements. We call this the basic reset. This first technique is amazing because it leverages a truly fascinating biological link between your eyes and your nervous system. So go ahead and find a comfortable spot. You can do this sitting back in a supportive chair, or honestly, even better, lying flat on your back on the floor or in bed. Now take both of your hands, interlace your fingers together, and place them right behind your head so you're cradling the base of your skull. You want your neck to be completely supported and just totally relaxed. All right, here is exactly how we execute it. While keeping your head perfectly still, really let your hands do all the work of holding it up. Simply move your eyes to look as far to the right as you comfortably can. Don't turn your head, just your eyes. Hold your gaze there for about 30 seconds. What you are waiting for is a physical sign of autonomic release. You might suddenly let out a big yawn, take a deep, spontaneous sigh, or just feel the urge to swallow. Once you feel that specific release, go ahead and bring your eyes back to the center. Then you just repeat the exact same thing, looking to the far left for another 30 seconds until you feel another sigh or swallow. Now, you might be wondering, why on earth does looking to the side make you yawn and relax? Well, it all comes down to anatomy. The muscles that move your eyes are actually neurologically linked to the suboccipital muscles right at the base of your skull. That's right around the upper cervical vertebrae where the vagus nerve passes through. So by stretching those eye muscles, you're gently decompressing that area of the neck, which directly stimulates the vagus nerve. It sends this powerful mechanical signal straight to your brainstem, saying, hey, we are safe, you can drop the defenses now. Moving on to Section 3, Exercise 2, Vocal Vibrations, the sound connection. This tool taps into the biological reality that the vagus nerve wanders right straight through your throat. Because of that, creating vibration here is just incredibly effective. You can actually do this through gentle, low-frequency humming. Think of a classic in yoga, or honestly, even just a simple sound. You can also stimulate it during your normal morning routine by vigorously gargling a glass of lukewarm water. Or you can try a really cool yoga technique called Bharmara Pranayama or humming bee breath, where you gently plug your ears and hum on a long exhale. And this brilliantly illustrates how we can use our own anatomy to our advantage. Actually, if you're in a private place right now, I invite you to take a breath and just hum a low note for 5 seconds while you watch. Go ahead, try it. If you just tried it, you probably felt that buzzing vibration in your chest and throat. Well, here is the why behind the how. We have these specialized sensors called mechanoreceptors, located right near our larynx and vocal cords. When you hum or gargle, these sensors detect that physical vibration and immediately shoot signals straight up the pharyngeal branch of the vagus nerve and right into the brainstem. It is literally like pressing a biological reset switch that just forces your nervous system out of high alert and into that calm, rest, and digest mode. And get this, the benefits of this go way beyond just nerve stimulation. This is actually one of my absolute favorite surprising facts. Research shows that humming creates a 15-fold increase in nasal nitric oxide compared to just quiet breathing. 15 times. Nitric oxide is this amazing molecule that rapidly improves your circulation, opens up your airways, and helps significantly lower stress hormones like cortisol circulating in your bloodstream. All of that just from making a simple humming sound. Section 4, Exercise 3, Breathing, the ultimate breath hack. So breathing is the one autonomic function that we can consciously control. It's our most direct manual override. Now, when we're stressed, we unconsciously take these rapid, shallow breaths right from our upper chest. That actually feeds the panic. To break that cycle, we need to focus on deep belly breathing, and we are going to use a highly specific technique called the physiological sigh. Here is exactly how you execute the physiological sigh. First, you're going to take a long, deep inhale through your nose. Then, right at the top before you exhale, take a second, much shorter, pop of air through your nose to fully, completely expand your lungs. Finally, follow that whole thing up with one long, very slow exhale out through your mouth. Doing this specific pattern just a few times is literally the fastest way to rapidly offload carbon dioxide from your body. Researchers note that this specific double inhale sigh instantly improves your heart rate variability, or HRV, which is a huge key indicator of your vagal tone. By forcing that complete offloading of CO2 and really extending that exhale, you are chemically signaling profound, immediate safety to your brain in real time. It's incredibly powerful. Section 5, Building a Calm Routine. Let's talk about daily implementation. Okay, so knowledge is great, but application is everything, right? Let's look at how this builds into your actual daily life. You can deploy that physiological sigh right before you step into a high-stakes meeting, just to instantly center yourself. If you get a stressful email that makes your stomach just completely drop, do the basic eye movement exercise right there at your desk to stop the adrenaline spike. If you're stuck in infuriating traffic, try humming along to your favorite song to keep your blood pressure down. Or use that physiological sigh right before bed to signal to your body that the day is done and it's finally safe to sleep. Now, what's really important about this is keeping it simple. Look, when we are already stressed out, giving ourselves a massive to-do list of relaxation techniques just causes way more stress. You absolutely do not need to do all 3 of these today. I want to empower you to just pick one, try it out, and just be curious about it. Notice the subtle shifts in your muscle tension, your heart rate, and your mental clarity. So, I want to leave you with this question. Which of these 3 exercises, the eye movements, the vocal humming, or the physiological sigh, will you use to flip your internal reset button today? Remember, consistent practice is exactly how you build lasting vagal tone and true biological resilience against the stress of modern life. If you found this explainer helpful, make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on more natural, science-backed wellness insights. Thank you so much for learning with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.